I want to add a bit more details. Okay, the characters came from 3/4 view. So what I'm going to do, I will try to add the eyebrow there first, because this person that I draw basically has a thick eyebrow from there, and then draw basically the eyes. Okay, try to control the structures of line, and I will design basically the eyes there first, just like the same drawing that I actually demonstrate there just now. All right. But the glasses, basically what I saw from my kind of understanding just now, okay, a bit more into the rectangle. This is rectangle shapes. Okay, and the lips, okay, the lips of her going to be look like this. Okay, now the shapes of the face, I draw a bit more difference. Okay, and of course, okay, we have also the hair. Right, I designed basically the hair. The good thing about I saw basically a lot of my references directly in our classrooms. We had a lot of, okay, female basically had a very long hair, so it's easy for us to study and add some shadows over here. Okay, to define the shape, and you use one single direction to shape that face. Okay, this is basically how actually we can define our sketches. Now basically the shirts that we have, okay, the hands that I actually draw right here, right, simplified a little bit from there, and of course, okay, I will draw basically the shirt itself. If you don't want to shape the whole things for your sketches, you actually can based on the shadows, you can actually shape like this, one single direction first. But to use some cross etchings, you can directly later on. Okay, that's basically how actually you can actually add some detail on your sketches. Now basically I draw basically baggy kind of jeans. I leave a gap over here, okay, to make sure basically the character can move around a bit more flexible. Now I draw basically the shoes. So I don't have to design the whole thing to look accurate, okay, but what I can do from here, I actually can manage to work. Okay, this is the shadows a bit from here. She's wearing a jeans, but it's good enough for me to define basically the whole design of this manga or chibi character style directly for our kind of sessions. But of course, okay, for your kind of what we call the submissions, you're supposed to draw a bit more bigger lah. This is about A3 size directly. No need to draw on canvas. So I already put basically inside the videos, no need to draw on canvas. You draw in A4 size, A3 size, your sketchbooks, and then you can pin it up there right from there. All right. Maybe later on, okay, in other sessions, I will try to demonstrate also how I actually draw a bit more actual size, okay, for our submissions. This one basically I do a quick sketch first to study basically the character itself. Another tips there. Once basically you actually have designed your characters like this, make sure you can draw back again the characters in different positions. Okay, this is also one of the way you can study your character back again. For example, like this one, okay, if I actually have comfortable enough with my design, I want to design basically my characters just now that I actually create, okay, in a side positions. So if you get comfortable enough to design your characters like this, that means you actually in the right tracks. Okay, sketch roughly there, okay, use a gestures line that works. That's also one of the tips you actually can look into your own kind of way of working with your designer. It doesn't have to be everything has to be designed, the whole thing look quite very detailed there, right? Okay, sometimes you just can sketch roughly like this. I'm using basically our gestures line there, guys, that works. This is something that you guys have not noticed before. Now basically if you have that kind of skills, your sketches will be more rough but give a lot of information for other people there about your kind of way of working. If you can design your characters okay, or your drawings or your subject matters in multiple way, that means you are actually in a good hands that works. Okay, for multimedia design students, okay, these semesters, okay, I'm not actually look into how actually you can draw everything look through details there, okay, but if you can consistently to develop your design like this, you can sketch basically whatever pose that you want based on the same structure, but need practice lah guys, huh? Okay, then actually we draw basically the characters. Need practice lah guys. This is not basically okay for those who actually who just need to work okay with your kind of design at this stage. Okay, you need basically more time there to develop that kind of understanding there. But roughly, when you start to design something, this is basically one of the process. Right? Draw as much as you can on the single character there, right? So roughly here. So if you can actually develop more kind of way of working with your design, so that means you actually have done in the right kind of way of working and develop basically your skills from time to time. Need a time to process all the work, but you have to keep on practicing there at the same time there, right? Okay? All right, that's it.